Hello, hello, hello. It's Annette Green here for Elizabeth Craft Designs. I'm watching everybody flying in. I've just come over from Creative Scrapbooker Magazine's page on Facebook, and I watched Els do her live, so that was fun. So we're back to back today. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Reek. Oh my goodness, Femke's here. Doors Belinda. Everybody's jumping over. I saw half of y'all over there. There's Els. Els, I hope you're feeling better soon. She didn't sound too good. Hello from Sweden. There's Tina, Wilma, Anki. Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea how fast these comments are coming through. Anita's here. Welcome, welcome. So, we're going to get started. I see lots and lots of people are jumping in already. And I'm glad to see everybody's here because um, can't wait to, oh, well, I missed that. I'm glad everybody's here that's here because it's the day before Thanksgiving here in the US. Um, oh, good, Els. That's good to hear. Well, I just can't believe how fast these comments. Hey, Terry. Hey, Katie. Hey, Mary. Denise. Hey, Lizanna's here. Miranda. Yes, don't forget to like, comment, and share for Monday's drawing of the $50 gift certificate. There's Carlene. Um, I believe we had our winner announced last Monday, and I don't remember who it was, but every Monday we'll get a winner. Pat Ford, Lorianne, Sue. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at Whispers of Nature. If you're not sick of seeing the previews yet, I mean, you know, it's been around for a little bit now, it seems, but I'm going to go over it again really quick. And then I have some really fun little projects I want to share with you, hopefully that you'll like. So let's get right to it. Okay, so Whispers of Nature, and this is not in order as far as number, so don't worry about that. But we're just going to fly through these real quick. There's Tiffany. Hey, Tiff. And Jane, Kathy, Saskia. Hoi, hoi. There, Renee. Oh, the new release arrived yesterday. Excited to start playing. Yay. That's awesome. All right, let's start. This is Happy Banners. And as you can see, they're just good old banners for everyday use, everyday elements. So this is going to be a fun one because it's not only just the banners, but it's all the little bits. So you can mix and match and play and try a bunch of different things and make it very colorful if you like. You can make it kind of vintage if you like. You can change up the colors of each one of those little pennants. If you don't have the parts that go with a particular pennant, like this one doesn't have the little pennants, you can just color them in with your markers. You can pop your little hearts back into place in the heart banner. You got your little tassels that are fun. Kind of little pom-pom one here. Keep putting my hand back there. It's very blurry. And then your standard little banner here, which is kind of fun. And this flower one here, as you can see on the packaging, it has these little balls here in between, but you could put them in the flowers instead. And, you know, just mix it up. Play with different ideas. So that's the Happy Banners. Hey, Yet. I love the new collection. Thank you very much. Makes me very happy. Everyday Words 4. So we keep building onto the set. Love that. We had the word your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E before. And I kind of realized, and Jackie Jasper reminded me, we could probably use some more words to go with your, like you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're loved, so you're super. So that's why we came up with some of these. And then, of course, we have like season's greetings, heartfelt blessings, and stuff like that. So as you can see, I have just a few samples here to show real quick. So this is a great example of the happy banners, but also of the everyday words 4. And as you'll see coming up, these little twiggy things are going to show up in these little kind of poinsettia flowers. So, and this is our twiggy thing wreath from last time, just in case you wondered. Okay, so everyday words, there's another one, and there's another banner there. Now, this is not our paper, so I'm going to just show you real quick. And Happy Holidays is from last time, but just to show you how fun that light string is, to add that little shine of white with a pen. That's super cute. Here is another sample, which we'll get to some of this stuff with the trees, but season's greetings on a card. And so I'm going to save that one again, but there's season's greetings again. But so now we're on to the birds. Let's talk about those. And let me look at the comments. Petra, hello. Kathy, thank you, Kathy, very much. Hey, there's Cindy. Chan, hello. Benita, those lights are so cute. Thank you. I hope you add Christmas to your sentiments at some point. You already have a Merry. Yes, actually, the older set does have the word Christmas, but it's not an everyday word set, so you may have missed that one. So this is called Birds and Dwellings. This is a favorite of the team, I think, and a lot of people do like this one because these birds are tiny and super fun to layer, even if they're really, really small. And of course, you've got your birdhouse, you got your bird cage, and you've got all these little flowers that are super fun. And then you've got 4 different birds. And I said the cage, right? So definitely can be a Christmas card. Els was just doing a beautiful winter scene in her journal over on Creative Scrapbooker Magazine's page. And she did beautiful cardinals with some detail she colored with markers. Here, I'm just cut them out with cardstock, as you can see, very simply, but you can really dress them up. And we're going to revisit that when we do our little demo. But yeah, you can see you got your little house. You can change up the inside with the heart. You've got your very delicate, beautiful bird cage. And we have a nice sample here from Anita with the bird in the cage and the little flowers, which I think is gorgeous. And then you got your little birds. You can color any way you want. You can make them, it's like the flower dies. You can make them any bird you really want. They don't even have to be a specific type of bird. Just color them and have fun. So there's a couple of fun ones there. And then there's a couple sitting on our pretty frame with the mushrooms. So we'll get to that too. So next we have Forest, Friends, and Frame. So there's the frame. We're going to get to the mushrooms, but the Forest, Friends, and Frame. So fun. So again, here's that card we saw earlier. This one is by Mariana. So she's put snowy trees on here, and she's got her deer on there. Beautiful. And she added season's greetings to the top. Love that. But yeah, you've got this teeny little fawn kind of deer and the bigger guys coming, but then there's some kind of flowers and leaves to kind of fill in that are very fun. And so there's your other guy, and you got your bear, which we're going to play with that later too, hopefully if we have time, and your moose and or elk. I don't know. I say that all the time. And these wonderful trees. So that's a very fun set too, for year round really, but for the nature lovers like me, that's a really nice one. Okay, what are y'all saying over here? Thank you, Linda. Hey, Penny, Doris. Thank you so much. Katie, another great collection. I need to sell my weaving looms to afford all this great stuff. Well, thank you. Got to make room, right? Okay, so speaking of room, mushrooms. Mushrooms and tree stumps is the next one. You got your branch and your leaves and your different style of mushrooms, your tree stump, and then your cross section, which this is going to be the star of the show today when I do demos. But here's a really sweet card that's been sitting here with mushrooms, and I think this is Anita, yeah. Just simply colored very softly, but lots of dimension. Super fun. I love the whole mushroom deal. Oh, and I forgot this sample. This is from Cindy when we were talking about the Forest Friends and the frame and the trees. Beautiful. And this stamp we're going to talk about in a little bit. That's new as well. Yes, there's always room for more mushrooms, Femka. I agree. But let's see. We've got all these fun little bits here with the mushrooms. And you can color these with markers. You'll see a fun idea I had thought of at the last minute with them. We got all these little leaves in here. We've got our morel mushrooms, which I think are really fun to put together. They look so real and they're very delicate. Then you have that cross section of your big tree trunk, which is a 3-layered piece with some score lines in there. So that's that one. Then of course you have your little tree trunk. We're going to play with that later too. More mushrooms, your little branch with your leaves on it. Super fun. And then all these little bits that are really great for embellishing. Sandra's here. Hey, Sandra. Hi, Robin. Somewhere down the road to see a fox too. Yes, that would be a great idea. I'll put that in my notes. Yeah, I was thinking that the other day when I was making something, how, oh, we could really use a fox. So I agree. Okay, now we move on to stamp sets. However, this first one is a stamp and die combo, if you haven't seen this yet. So we have all these dies on the back. So we got these 2 tabs that have little stitched like dot lines. And then we have 3 little mini doilies, super pretty. We've got our mason jar. We've got some ornate kind of frames to go with the stamps. And then we have love and sweet. So I could see this one, especially during Valentine's Day, but really any time at all. And you see all the months of the year are here. I'll show you my planner over here in just a second. But there are the really pretty medallion kind of doily stamps, and then some oval frames that are beautiful with those dies. And then, of course, the jar and sweet and love. So that one is really, really nice. And you can see how this is from, hey, Sue. Hey, Astrid. This is Anita's little example of hand coloring with marker, I think, all those little nooks and crannies of those beautiful stamps, and then layering them. She's kind of popped them up with some foam tape and layered them onto the die cut doily pieces. I just think those are beautiful. And then, of course, you can make that into ornaments for Christmas. These are embossed with gold. And there's the doily die cut in the background. So this is a wonderful Christmas card. And peace is one of the words in the new everyday words for. So that is fun. And then here's a little peekaboo, what we're going to do in a minute. But let's go on to the other 2 stamp sets. This one is Flowers and Nature. And you have your beautiful hand-drawn flowers. And we have a cluster of strawberries here, the definition of the word nature, and then all these wonderful phrases. Natural beauty, wonder, bliss, delight, wander, peaceful, nature, journey, things like that. All my favorite words ever. And then, of course, we have 2 little bees and 2 little butterflies. Jackie's here. Hey, Jackie. Melody reminded us to like, comment, and share. Awesome. Oh, thank you very much, Joni, is it? Yeah? Yes, Anita's sample was beautiful, right? Foiling. Thank you, Sue. Thank you very much. Esmeralda. Okay, the last stamp set is the Playful Textures. These are super fun, and that was the one I showed you on, it's a Cindy's card. Yeah, Cindy's card where she used the sort of cracked looking background texture stamp. So many ways you can use these. We got the little Swiss dot. This one looks like wood grain, which on my little frame, I'll show you. You can use the natural frame or the wooden frame, whatever I called it in the set, and you can actually stamp it to make it look like wood grain there. That's all I've done, is didn't even mount it to a block, just touched it around the edges to really give that wood grain look. So that's kind of fun. Thank you, Diane. She says the stamps are amazing. Thanks, Penny. Yeah, these are going to be very useful. We've got a little kind of grungy splatter. We've got like just grungy lines and a really rough looking grid. And there's the cracked pattern. I believe I sent that sample away, I'm pretty sure, to Scrapbooking Made Simple. She showed on her video the ball jar that I used and stamped it with light blue in this crack, so it looked like cracked antique glass. Really fun. You can really experiment and play with that one in particular a lot. Okay, so what I wanted to show you really quick, I have a couple. Oh, I didn't want to forget to show you. This is going to be my planner for next time, and just want to show you how pretty and how simple it is to just make those little tabs for your journal or your planner and pop them right onto your pages. I have my pages just blank and ready to go for next year's memory keeping, but you can stamp on the fronts and the backs and just fold them over. Okay, I want to show you this one because this is like the Thank you, Barbara. Thanks, Jackie. I think so too. I think they're very useful. Are those two coordinating dies with those last two stamp sets? The only one that has the coordinating die and stamp is the ovals and small doilies, Penny. So hopefully that answers that. And my neighbor has arrived with his super loud truck, so that's awesome. Okay, this is my little TN. This is my nature TN. So this has everything from this new collection. There's a little tabs. There's all those little words stamped on these little tabs for the TN. Of course, this die is from David. He has 2-page dies, and I think one of them is not available right now, but hopefully coming back. We'll see. But I'm just going to do a very quick flip through because I want to make sure we have plenty of time for my little demos. Here the little bear has been stamped with the texture stamp just to make him look not so flat, maybe like fur. You got the banners, you got the trees, you got the frame piece, you got the tree stump. There's that definition of nature, ready for a picture to go in the frame. There's those little corners from the decorative frame, the nature frame, the stamps, just tone on tone, simple, not colored in. That's one way of doing it. And of course, there's that tree stump, dissection, whatever we want to call it there, cross section. There's our deer and our tree, a little bit of the greenery, but just not green. Our pretty oval frames. You're welcome, Penny. Happy to help. Thanks, Tiff. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's that. Beautiful blessings. See the little teeny flowers and leaves. I just love those for filler and just adorning small things. There's our little cardinal. And of course, this is all beautiful bounty paper. There's our mason jar, and we have the flowers colored in this time and the strawberries just for embellishment on the page. Just a little bit of the leaves here. Again, a little bit of stamping with the texture stamps just to make them speckly, kind of older leaves look like that, you know. There's our cute little birdhouse on the tree stump, which is a different idea. Little flowers and seasons in our frame. We've got our little doilies and the little leaves there. There's our sweet bird in his cage hanging from the branch. Such a fun collection, I have to say. If I do say so myself, it is fun, which is, you know, what I'm thinking when I'm designing it is like, what can I have fun with? And hopefully everyone else will too. Everyone will like it as much as I do. So I hope you do. All right, so let's flip through the rest of this really quick. Just a lot of fun adorning and getting ready for some nature photos in here. And then we got our little pocket with our last one there. So there is that one. And the only thing I didn't show you yet I wanted to share was I do a weekly memory keeping planner, and the last page that I did was this one here. So just to kind of show you the frame with the little leaf borders on the corners. There's the deer, there's the tree stump, the trees, of course, another little deer. So I just kind of pulled and mixed and matched from different sets to make that page. So a lot of fun there. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Penny. Hi, Lorraine. Okay, so I teased you with this one. So that's what we're going to play with today. And what I did is I took, of course, that die that is the tree cross section, and I just kind of made it into, this is going to be an ornament for my tree because I do love nature. But I used the same die over and over again to build it up and also to make the base. And then we put our little scene together in here and add a little bit of snow here and there. Now, I was watching Els in the Creative Scrapbooker Facebook Live, and she was using texture paste, which absolutely you can. Unbelievably, I do not have any that is like granular like that, like grainy. So I had some snow text, and I've had it forever. So it worked. It worked great. I just used a little, you know, like a palette knife and just kind of spread it on there. Thanks, Penny. She likes my green planner. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, there's that. And then I'll show you a couple, two more that I made. Here's our little cardinal. And for his wing, I was just kind of experimenting, and I used one of the texture stamps that had the kind of grungy lines. And I thought, well, maybe that'll look sort of like a feather. So, you know, you never know till you try. It's kind of cute, right? And so same thing, it's just a thick little dissection of that tree. And then this one was super fun because I was just, you know, just having a good time. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Saskia. Snow Tex is good stuff too. Thanks, Belinda. Yeah. So I was having a good time. I was getting ready to do very natural looking mushrooms, and I thought, well, I've done that on everything. So why don't I just make some fun little Christmas mushrooms? And, you know, we have our packaging. The small prints are wonderful for stuff like this, right? So those little hexagons that are on the front of the paper collections, and this is Angelica's paper. I thought, well, that's perfect small scale size to do the little caps of my mushrooms. So I had to do it. I just had to do it. So I hope you like that one. That was my favorite. All right, so we are going to make two different ones. I'm going to show you how to make just a nature one like this from start to finish. And then if I have time, I want to do a shaker one that's a little more like snowy and white. So that's what we're going to do. How's everybody doing? Are you guys all ready for Thanksgiving that are here in the U.S.? Thank you, Yona. Thanks, Penny. Oh, Belinda, that's a great idea. Refrigerator magnets. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Oh, you could put your kid's picture in there. Oh, that'd be really cute. Thanks, Cindy, like the cardinal ornament. Oh, it's the Ohio State bird. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. The one she just showed never did. It was limited from Banff Retreat last year. Is the green planner still available? Oh, okay. Yeah, that green planner, that was from, it was actually embossed, like it said Banff Creative Retreat 2023, I think. And so I got two of them and covered them up with the fabric because I wanted to use them for more than just Banff pictures. All right, so here we go. You've seen me, I think, do something very similar to this before, like with my postage stamp die. So this shouldn't be like completely new, but maybe just a different twist on it. So I'm going to grab this here media mat. It's kind of like, I think it goes with the media mat from Tim Holtz. I don't know. I just bought the sheet of this stuff, and it's wonderful for when you're coloring and working with small bits that you don't want rolling across the table, or you don't want them sliding while you're coloring them or gluing them together. So I love that for that reason. So I've got a couple things ready here. I've got Delight. I've got all these little colored bits. I had a branch, but I think I'm going to do something different. I had a tree stump somewhere in my pile. Okay, so here's how we get started with this. There it is right there. All right, so I die cut 10 dark ones from the biggest die in the set, because you know you've got the next size down, which is just a little bit smaller, and then you've got the size that has the little rings. Well, this doesn't cut out anything in the middle, so this is just one big thing that cuts out like so, right? So you definitely need one of those, but let's go back to that. We're going to use this large one to cut 10 of those, and then you take the small one and you cut 9 of these. Now, what's different here is this one has a big hole in the middle, right? And I tried to get it to work where I didn't have to go to any other dies, but I just couldn't. And I'll explain a little bit in a minute. But what I ended up doing is grabbing a large circle die, and I'll tell you from what set I got it. And it has to fit, actually you go back to this size here that we just had cutting out the big ones. We're not going to use this middle one at all. I forgot about that. So we are going to tape these together, and that fits just right in there. So I would flip it over get it just so. And I just used some really good sticky tape. This is almost like a washi. And I taped it in like 4 places. Because you want to cut out 9 of these. Actually, you're going to cut 10, but the 9 that you cut out, they all have to line up together. The inside circle, the outside raggedy edge, all that has to line up. So you want to make sure you use good strong tape and just keep die cutting over and over this piece. And that's how you get your little ring. Now, the reason why we can't just pop this one into this one is that you can't get them, it doesn't nest in there. It sits right on the metal part of the bigger die, and then it won't cut out. It won't cut out properly. And it's much too close. It's just really, really, really skinny when you get them together like that. So I just opted to go with the circle. And this one is from, so maybe you guys have either one of these. This is David's Artist Trading Coin set. It's just a big circle that goes with that particular set. But I also found, just in case you have this one, it's an oldie but a goodie. Sidekick Essentials 4 has the very same size circle in there. So you could definitely use that. It just has to be smaller than that big outside piece of the tree. Okay? Okay, Mindy, like, comment, and share. Cool. Fill a jar with sweet treats and put this on the lid. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. So many good ideas. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take one of the base 10. We're going to put it aside for now, okay? And then if you look carefully at the die, you'll see that little very distinct notch at the top of my finger there? I start laying them all out so that I see that notch at the very top. And it's different than any of the other notches. It's very distinct. It's almost like a U. So I just kind of get them lined up and ready so I don't have to take time finding them each time. Each time I set them down, that little notch is at the top. I feel like that helps it go a lot faster. Okay, okay, and then you got your glue ready. And then I like to use something that has some weight to it. So if you have a brick or something like that, but this is not a stamping block. This is super heavy, like a crystal block. And I just got it on Amazon. And I believe I saw Jennifer McGuire using one, and I thought, genius. It's a great idea because you don't have to stop and hold things with your hand. You can just do a set, stick it down under the weight, move on. So that's a generous amount of glue, and I'm just going to start lining these up. And first I get it on there where I think it's right, and then I pick it up and really look at it. And instead of spending a whole lot of time pressing on that, that's when I'm going to use my block. So then I'll work on the next two. Thank you, TJ. You just love this new collection. You're already broke. So sorry. So sorry, but you know, it's a buy it all right now. Pretty good little deal there to get the whole set. And then, of course, you got your Black Friday. You can throw it in with that. That sale has been tremendous, I think, from the sounds of it, with the delayed shipping. I think it's been going unexpectedly fantastic, so that's great. So I feel like that one's had enough time to dry. I'll stick this one down next. I don't want to lose my little beak there. And then I'll just keep working on these while I look at the comments. Gift tags for men's gifts. Yes, this would be awesome for that. You guys are really giving me some great ideas and giving everyone great ideas. I appreciate that very much. Broke but still happy. Well, that's what counts, Diane, right? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's like when we went to Banff. Oh, I feel like we spent so much money, but we had such a good time. Such a good time. Okay, so that one's done. I can stick that one there. Got a couple more to go. And then we'll start gluing all these together. Honora is here. Hey, Carla. I could see stamping on cross-stitch material, then using cross-stitch and put on the top. Oh, that's a good idea, too. Wow. Very cute. Gosh, I used to cross stitch all the time. I've gotten a little bit away from that. I think because my eyes are not great. I have to wear glasses, all that. Okay, so let's see. I've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I don't want to put that last one on yet. So now I'm going to take this odd one here and just put it on top of the one. Actually, we'll give that a little longer. We'll go back to one of these, stick this together. Belinda has a question. Can you use archival ink on the actual metal inner ring die, then run it through over cardstock? I'm going to have to think about that. I'm not sure if I understand the question. Can you use some archival ink on the actual metal inner ring die, then run it? I'm not sure, but maybe that'll come to me. Now, when you do this, take your time. I see that I'm going a little bit off because I'm rushing, but liquid glue is your friend here for sure. You want to use this instead of tape because, as you saw, you want to slide it into place. And that's not even possible if you're using tape, so just take your time. It's going to turn out cute no matter what, you know. None of mine are really perfect. We don't care about that, do we? All right, I'll stick those together and then I'll stick these two together. Sort of like a letterpress effect. Doesn't rubbing alcohol eventually ruin the metal? Oh, gosh. I don't know, y'all. You tell me. I'm not sure what the archival ink would do. What do you want it to do, Belinda? Maybe you can explain. Okay. So we're learning how to glue lots of things together. And you can do this as many layers as you want. I only did 10, but you can imagine it could really look very beefy if you did more. But I felt like 10, that was pretty good. You could experiment with it and see what you like. Belinda means like some of those dies from Tim. You want to emphasize the inner rings. Okay, now this last one that I set aside, that's the one I'm going to put my little ribbon on. So I just decide where the top's going to be. On this one, it doesn't matter, so I'll just do it so that it's going to be about the same. This will be the top. Okay, that's a little long, so we'll come down here, and I just used a little tape. This time just some clear tape, because we're going to add glue here. And then I'll snip this extra. Els is going to make these for sure. They're kind of addictive, I have to say. When I started the one, as you saw, I made 3 right away. It was like I had to. Okay, so this is going on the bottom. So more glue. And if I get time to do the second one, this part will all be done. So you won't have to watch me glue all that stuff together again. Okay, where's my little notch? It's over there. So I guess I could have planned that a little bit differently, but I think this will be fine. It doesn't matter if the notch is over there because this is the top. We've just established that. I think Belinda's talking about a faux letterpress effect on that center die with the embossed rings. This one here. Okay. All right, I'm going to smoosh that for a second. I'm going to grab some vintage photo. And just ink it up. Your rings will start to stand out a little bit. I guess what y'all are talking about is making the rings dark instead of lighter. So I like to do this, you know, fairly dark on the outside and leave that inside. Now this is sort of like a parchmenty off-white colored paper. It's not really super thick. It is a cardstock, but it's very thin. So that's how you can get your rings to show up pretty well, I think. Sometimes with the thicker, it doesn't, but not as well anyway. It shows up, but just not as well. Okay, so now I'll just take a little darker color. This is Scorched Timber. We're not going to see a lot of this, but we'll just bring some of that in. Okay, then we take that and we're going to put this down now. And it doesn't matter how this goes on at all. You can decide which way you like it, because we're going to take all these rings and glue them on top, and it's going to cover up the edges, so it doesn't matter. I would color light like yours, but then the archival light brown ink over the rings for definition. Yeah, I guess you could take like I guess, does it have to be archival? Can it be any ink? Does it have to be? I don't know. Thank you, Belinda. Okay, so that's that. And now we do this job of gluing all these guys together. And I'm pretty sure I had them kind of lined up already, but let me check. Nope. Okay, so we're going to glue some more. I hope y'all don't mind, but just to kind of demonstrate. And so what did I say? I had 9 of these and then 1 craft one that we're going to do something to, just to make it different, because this is nice, but it's very flat. It's just one brown color. It's brown cardstock. So we're going to do something with the one that's on the very top to make it look a little more interesting, a little more dimensional, instead of just flat dark brown. Okay, so here we go again with the gluing. Okay, and take your time, like I said. The wood cross-grain slice looks so realistic. I absolutely love it. Thank you, Denise. Thank you very much. Okay, now I can move that and start smooshing those. This, I feel like this would be a fun one to do with like all ages, but kids, you know, reasonably not teeny tiny kids, but you could get them involved with gluing the little rings together and picking out what they wanted to fill their little frame with. I do miss going to my family's during Thanksgiving, because I sort of created a tradition where I would bring a craft project, and it wasn't always just the ladies. After we had dinner, we'd clear everything up. It was usually the ladies, I have to say. The guys would be doing the dishes because the women did all the cooking. And then we would just start crafting, and I would have a little project for everybody. I had everything cut. I had little kits. And oh, it was so much fun. So I do miss that. And this would have been a perfect project for that kind of get together. So I miss that. Yeah, it is sort of therapeutic, isn't it, Yona? I agree. You know, once you get all the die cutting done and you just sit. Yeah, and who said that about shakers? Robin. Yes, I'm hoping to have time. Oof. I hope to have time. I think I'll have time. I have one ready over there to make into a shaker, and I have more of it ready than this. So if we can get to it, I definitely want to do a shaker one. It is ready to go. Okay, one more of these. I just keep changing out who gets under the weight there. And this guy can go onto one that's already been glued together. Thank you, Jackie. Art kits. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would do this very thing with my family if I were there. They're all still in Florida, and I'm here. So If I go down to visit in the future at a Thanksgiving, maybe I would bring something like this with me. Okay. All right, push that one. We'll glue these together. We're getting there. It doesn't take much glue. I'm kind of going over it a lot here, but you don't even have to use that much glue. Okay. Stick that one under the weight. The weight really helps because if your glue has any moisture in it, you know how it is. It'll start to kind of bow or curve. Yeah, Yona, it is a very fun tradition. It has been for years. I think the last time we did it, it was an idea I saw on Pinterest. It was Scrabble tiles, and you just spelled out a word, and usually it was your name or your dog's name or whatever onto a really pretty piece of like Christmas ribbon, and then we hot glued like bells and things. I have them on my Christmas tree. They're really cute. Okay, one more, and then we're going to color that top ring. Grandkids, 9-year-old grandson wanted to craft. Yeah, my nephew is like 30. He must be 32 or something. And he did those Scrabble tile ones. He made one for himself, his dog, and his girlfriend. So I don't think crafting is just limited to us ladies. As we know, look at David. He loves it. And we had a couple of guys at the retreat. Okay, I can put this on here now, and then we'll put our top ring on in just a moment. Now, before I do that one, let's go ahead and color this because I think I want to sneak something in here before I get the cover on. Okay, so all I would do here is rather than have just solid flat color, I'm going to start rubbing on some Vintage Photo just for variation, and then that Scorched Timber, nice and dark, love that. I did see search for looking for the weight thing. Crystal block. I can always come back and link this exact one, but I feel like it was called crystal something because it's crystal glass block maybe. It is heavy. Like these are this is my stamping block, super light. I could chuck it across the room, but this thing is hefty. It's great. So I would definitely recommend that or something like that if you can find it. It's just super handy. All right, just cleaning up a little bit, and we're going to get this on here. And you can see, okay, like here's the plain cardstock one. Here's the one that we colored. So much more natural, earthy, just a little better in my opinion. So this will be our top one. And line it up like the rest of them. And I just love that I don't have to hold on to that. Just put that block on there. Okay, I was going to color a bird, but I'm not going to because these are already done. But I wanted to show you, like, simple, a little more detailed. We're going to use him. He's fun. I just used inks and pens and played around. I mean, he's maybe not exactly what a blue jay looks like, but he's close. He's very close. So you just play around and find what you like. All right, we'll color this real quick. This is our tree stump, and I'm back to Vintage Photo. And I'll grab that Scorched Timber just to add a little more depth around the edges to that. You're welcome, Karen. Yeah, I can post it. If you don't find it, let me know. But I can try to post it. I try hard not to push Amazon, you know, we want the stores to make the sales, but some things they're not going to have, and that's this glass block, I'm pretty sure. Okay, then I have my little piece here, which is part of the stump as well. So I've kind of shaded that. I'm going to put that right there. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, the bird's fun just to kind of play with. I mean, you could really go crazy and use some of those texture stamps and make a little polka dotted bird. Just, I mean, you saw my little Christmas mushrooms. Why not? Okay, there's my stump. I got a couple of leaves ready. Now we're ready to go. And we've got time. We've got time. Okay, so before I would put this on, I would think, because you don't want too much underneath here and make this bulky. You do kind of want it flat. But I'm thinking that I want my tree stump kind of like that. And then I want my blue jay to sit on the tree stump. So I'm just trying to get an idea of how much of the tree stump am I going to have to trim away. And instead of having it go off the edge and trying to cut all those little jaggedy edges, I'm just going to make a little pencil line here just to get rid of some of that bulk and excess. So you see my little pencil line, right? So I'm going to cut just above that a little bit. Just cut that away. I think that's going to work just fine. Okay, looks good. And he's going to be down here. So I think that's going to be fine. It's going to come just a little bit below our little inside ring. All right, make sure this is straight now. You have to pay attention to that from this point forward because that is our top. That looks cute. We could pop him up. One tip I wanted to share that I didn't do here, but I did on this one I was going to color for you, is I would die cut this twice. This is soft finish white cardstock. Die cut it twice because his little legs, when you go to color, if you're rubbing color at all, like I did here with black soot, his little legs might get damaged. So I just double it up from the start, just him, not his wing or anything. But I think I want him there. And I don't think I'll pop him up. I did with one of them. I popped up this one. So, but I popped up the branch too, because it would be weird if he was popped up and the branch wasn't, and we didn't pop up the tree stump, so we aren't going to pop up our blue jay. I just made that executive decision. Okay. Get him on next. And Els, I don't know if Els is still here, but Els was talking about, she did a couple of cardinals on her page for Creative Scrapbooker, doing their Facebook Live right before this. And she was talking about cardinals. Like, does anybody have cardinals where they live? I've never seen one. It reminded me of this story of these cardinals that used to visit us in Florida. We had cardinals in Florida. And the one would fly straight into the bathroom window, like bang into it. It wasn't open. And he would just slam right into it, like it was a mirror, I guess, and he thought he was seeing another cardinal and wanted to really make a firm impression on him and smash him, you know? I'll set that there for a minute. But yeah. Yeah, Femke, you can always go back. If you're part of that Creative Scrapbooker magazine Facebook page, you can definitely go back and watch. Okay, I've got some things colored here. I was going to show you how to color them, but you know how to color. I just used some Olo markers, and I colored some little berry stems, brown and white. I put a little dot shine on some of them. And then just a little tip, if you're going to layer little, like another leaf behind a leaf, I always color those darker. So when you lay them together, you see the difference. I wouldn't want to color those the same color because these would be in shadow, right? So they would naturally be darker. So that's just a little something. Okay, I think that's good. I do have the word delight here. might be cute, just right there. Didn't really have a plan for that. And normally I would pop this up, but I'm trying to hurry, so I'm just gonna stick it in there. Okay, and then we can start adding some goodies. And this is where it really gets fun, because you can, we have a technical issue here. You can really go to town with the coloring and the layering and trying different pieces. We had a male cardinal that did the same thing, flew right at the sliding door, scared me. I mean, yeah, Joni, it's the same. It's crazy. It's their thing. And he did it. He came back year after year and did it in the same window all the time. So I guess that's common. I guess they do that. Just always cracked us up. Okay, so I'm just going up the center with the glue because I know I'm going to hang off the edge. So no need to put a ton of glue there. I will do the same over here. Okay, a little bit of space because I know I'm going to add some more stuff. Whoops. Come on. Clearly my finger is a bit sticky. See, that's good. Okay. Just for a second. Okay. Then I've got these little leaves are from the branches. So I'm going to just kind of tuck them around here. I should have put that one before I put Delight, but these could have been coming from around the back, whatever you like. I do have some little layered flowers here that we could put on. I have some over here. Oh, that'd be cute. Let's do that. I know I got to get on to that other one. I got 8 minutes. Okay, maybe we won't use that. Maybe we'll continue this. All right, so I think I will put this one here. Yeah, don't clean the window. That's a good excuse not to clean, right? All right, I'll put that one there, and I think I have another one of the same. Yeah, I should probably use this one. And I can add those little white shine spots later on this one. And then I might put one of those little flowers in the middle. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to come back to this one because I want to get to the shaker one. I think that's going to be really fun to show you. So I will definitely just post a picture of this one all finished and adorned later with some more flowers and such. But I want to get that one done because that's fun. Okay, so this one is going to be a little polar bear. So I've got a bunch of pieces all ready to go. I've got this little stamp. I've got my double polar bear, again, glued him together, 2 of them. And that's sort of a Jackie Jasper trick here. I did 3 layers of the word peace in white and then 2 in the blue. And it just gives it like almost like a dimensional chipboard feel about it. It's very cool. All right, I got some ribbon. I've got some... These little bits are from the Happy Banners, and I just did some shimmer, like cardstock cutouts of that. And I also have some little prills that are silver, and I have these teeny tiny white micro balls, mini pearl beads from Dress My Craft. We're going to fill the shaker with that. Okay, so same deal. Got it all done, hopefully. Oh, I don't. Not all of it. Okay, so I used light blue this time. And I have most of my rings together. And there's my top one. So this one is white with a little, like, very soft blue around the edge. We're waiting to put that one on because here's my acetate. And I use double-sided adhesive tape to put those together in a minute. This is my very back one for my ribbon. That's why that's not on there. And then I have this one here. And so this is going to be like a little snow layer. So see my little pencil line there? just kind of rough. I'm going to make sort of a rough little line. And that'll be the snow for my polar bear. So we'll put that aside. We'll keep this one. And I want to make sure I turn this around so that this is going to line up like that. Okay, but before we do that, I grabbed the one stamp that's just sort of like grungy speckles. And I'm going to grab this speckled egg blue, which is what I used to do the soft coloring around that top frame piece. So it's not oxide, it's just distress because I don't need a ton of color. And I have this blank one back here, and I just want to make sure I get the top half because the bottom half is going to be this snowbank, so to speak. Okay, so now we have sort of a snowy, soft blue background, just for texture. That's all it is. It's not supposed to be snow falling. It's just for texture in the sky. Okay, and then we'll use our dauber from that same color, speckled egg, and the bottom's not going to show, but we'll just do this top edge. This is a really, really faint blue, so it's super nice for snow, just to give that implied feeling. So I just did a soft little bit on the edge, and I'll glue this to my background. Okay, just line up all your little doodads here at the bottom. And I didn't stamp this because I want that to be like the sky and this to be the snowbank. Okay, now we can put this one on here. Thanks, Belinda. Yeah, all the texture stamps I think are just super fun to try and use in different ways. And sometimes, you know, you just want it as a cardstock piece in just the right color. Let's say you wanted the polka dot just to make a print on a, I don't know, something you've stamped. Well, you want your polka dots to be like purple, let's say. Well, we don't have purple polka dot stamp paper, so there you go. You can just stamp it. Okay, so here's my blue. Got that white one down, and I could put the tree in first, but I've already put the glue, so I'm just going to go. I can make it work. So there's our blue. Squish that for a minute. And this one will get the ribbon, but we want to wait and get it in the right place. So this one, we're going to put the tape. We have tape on the back to go onto this ring. And then we have tape on the back of our acetate. So I can put this acetate down in just a second. I think that's long enough. So I just did this really skinny tape. Oh, Sue, I hope you do. I hope you play with it when it arrives. It's a fun one in just so many ways. Lots and lots of ideas. And definitely, you guys, share your projects. I would love to see what you come up with. You've come up with such great ideas here in the group for this particular project we're doing. So definitely tag me, put it in the family group. Okay, this one was not die cut with the die necessarily. It was just rough cut to fit the space. Oh, putting our bits in would be good. and our poor polar bear. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna ink him a little bit too. Gosh, we're all just having fun talking. We didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it. Too funny. Okay, let's see if we can get this little tree in here. I think if we just snip it like that, we can make that work. And then he's going to be sort of in front of it. So that's good. He doesn't have to stand on the snowbank necessarily, just somewhere near it. So if you have to go, I understand, especially if you watched both lives. It's 3 o'clock now for me. So I am going to go over just a little bit to finish this one up. And then I'll just be sure to post both of these afterwards, along with those other 3 that I made already. Okay, well, that looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, and then I have Peace. I forgot about Peace. All right, so the bear, do we have room for Peace? Not really. We could put it on top. Let's put it on top. Okay, let's get the bear in there. And I don't want to use foam tape because I don't want him to bump into the clear layer. So we'll just, well, he just barely fits in there. He's big. He's a big boy. He's cute. Not going anywhere. Okay, Belinda, thank you. Thank you, Yona. Peace on top. Yes. Okay, that's what we'll do. All right, so now we'll put in our little bits, little stars, little circles from the happy banners. And oh, I've not used these ever, so let's enjoy these for the first time together. Where's my little spoon? I have my Nuvo spoon. Very carefully. Oh, these are so tiny, just micro tiny. That is true. So I'll just put a little bit of those. And silver lining frills, if I can get them open. Yeah, I feel like just a few of those. Those will be fun. Okay, now we can put that on. My goodness. There's a little black hair there. Okay. Now we can, oh, look at that. Did you see that? Start sucking right on there. Okay, give that a press for a second. Clean up a little. We still have our back to put on, but we're going to wait. Okay, then we can get this guy on here. So the notch is there. It's cute. Oops. Because we're doing it to acetate, we don't want to use glue. So that's why I have tape on here. Now, sliding this into place, that's going to be tricky and fun. We'll see how I do. Just in time, Sylvia. Yes. Yes, indeedy. Well, the good thing is the acetate and the tape, that's a lot easier to get up than glue. So, let's see, this goes here. I'm going to pull this in front of me a little bit more because I only have the one chance. Okay, that's pretty good. Cute. All right, and then Peace. I would also use tape on that, so actually I'm going to put a little foam tape, I think. Why not? A couple little pieces. So I hope that, I think it's just us in the US with the whole Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hope everybody's ready to chow down and have a good time with your families. It'll be just Paul and I this year. No Jamie, nobody. But I've got the menu all planned. I'm ready to go. We'll have a very nice dinner, just the two of us. Okay, so Peace. Let's put that over here. Okay. So I am going to stop and I'm going to, I'll put this on here and do what we did before and all that. That's basically how that will look. But there's so many other things that you can do. So go to your stash, like I know a lot of you, like me, you have these little bins of little Christmas goodies, teeny tiny little bells. These are little acorns, snowflakes, charms you can hang off of there. These are little bells from Stampin' Up. These are little tassels. Those would be super cute on the bottom. Most of these are from like Hobby Lobby, so that'd be fun to play around and decorate and make your own. So let's get back to this here, this thank you screen. Here I am in my circle. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry I went over, but I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, I will finish them up and put a picture in the Facebook group and include those other three that I made. So thanks again, and happy Thanksgiving to those that are celebrating. And Els will be here on Friday for the live. So I'll see you there because I'll be watching too. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.